Hello, everyone, and welcome to Molehill Mountain, episode 217. I'm Andrew Eisen. You know, I was thinking about not having a podcast tonight because, honestly, nothing really happened this week. Really, no news, nothing particularly interesting going on, nothing to talk about. So, I could always just. I am a verbose human being. I'm sure I could just yammer endlessly about nothing, but would be nice if there were something newsworthy that happened during the week. But no. Nope, for huge video game and movie dorks like myself, yeah, just nothing really going on. Really quiet week. Kind of boring, honestly. Jared says we can help you find a CPU. Well, you'll be interested to know. Last week I only had a hard drive, but this week, oh, I've got more stuff. I have I have a case to put my hard drive in. So I could, if I took it out of the box, I could take my hard drive and I could just put it in the case. I also have some memory. This memory is red. Why is it red? Why did I get the red memory sticks? Because it was $10 cheaper. Now, would I have preferred black? Yes. But I mean, for $10, I'll take the red ones. It's fine. They go inside the case, so I don't care what color they are. I also have an operating system. So I've got a hard drive, memory, and operating system, and a case to put them in. So, like halfway there, huzzah! Everything else, I do have the motherboard, the GPU, and the power supply pre-ordered. Ordered. They're just back ordered right now. So as soon as they get more shipments in, I'll have those. CPU I still have not purchased yet because it is either perpetually out of stock or I could buy it right now for, let's see, $210. I'm not spending that much on that part. So, might be a little while. But, hey, at least we've got the podcast. Although I have been filming a couple of things. I have a couple debut reviews in the can. I have a new game fuss in the can. My sister sent me a present yesterday, so I filmed the unboxing and construction and deconstruction of that gift. So uh, whenever I manage to get my computer, and then I'll have lots of video to edit, and you'll have some interesting things to watch. Speaking of which, I actually did. If you look over there, that's my air conditioner unit. These three packages, the yellow one, the white one, and the brown box, those are Christmas presents from my sister. So I'll be recording the unboxing of those. And I bought my sister a Christmas present, or two, depending on how you count. They kind of go together. She watches this podcast, so I'm not going to say any more than that. I spent too much on her, but I do that every year, so. But I was able to apply $4.77 to the order, thanks to my Discover Card Cashback Bonus Award, so that helped. So I'll do my best to maybe have her boyfriend record that and then edit that together in a gift exchange video, because I know a lot of you enjoy the gift exchange videos, and we're not going to be together this year, so it's gonna have to be something that I splice together from a bunch of different sources. So, uh, but that's how. The chat is going. Oh, MX, you're usually not here this early. Hello, Scrungle. Haven't seen you in a while. And you say haven't been around a while. Hope you're well. Lindy, hello. Beast, hello. Matthew, hello. Um, Matthew, I knew that was coming. Matthew says we can talk about how Cyberpunk doesn't run very well on the current generation, but I called that way the hell back when, and indeed you did. Um, Jared says my black version of that RAM was $80. Yeah, it was something like that. I got the red version for under 70. Uh, I'd have to look, but I think it was definitely under 70. So yay! I guess because no one wants the red. I think there was I forget. There were three colors. There was black, there was red, and I don't remember. The other one was either blue or white. I think it was white, um, and that was more expensive too. So I mean, it's just the color of the actual stick. I don't care. Again, it goes inside of a computer case. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of computer cases that have translucent. Does this have a translucent side panel? Tempered glass side panel. I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care if I have two garish red RAM sticks poking out of my motherboard and looking all weird. I had actually I had a friend of mine. He says, "Dude," when he heard I was getting a new PC, he says, "Dude, are you going full RGB?" And I know what RGB is in general, but I really didn't understand in what context he meant by that. What he meant is your new computer case going to have colorful lights on it? No, no, no. I mean, that is cool, but no. I mean, honestly, I hate this thing. I hate the light on the front of the PS4. Luckily, you can because it bleeds through the top and it just distracts me. Luckily, you can dim that. So, because I was worried I was going to have to get a screwdriver or something, just pry that thing apart and destroy take out the LED or whatever's in there. Um, Scrungle says, I bought Monster Hunter World Iceborne and hot damn, I'm having fun. Glad to hear it. World is probably the best entry point into that series that it's had yet. So it's still got a learning curve. It's not perfect as far as easing new players in, but it is a lot better than when I got into it in third generation. So I'm glad to hear you're having fun. I kind of look like the Terminator. Okay. Bucky says I'm second thoughting playing Last of Us 2 now. Last of Us 2, I'll probably play at some point. I'm not particularly excited to do so because I wasn't that bowled over by the first one. Well, that's all right. But there was nothing about the game that said, ooh, can't wait to play the sequel. But mechanically, it's fine. Mechanically, I felt it had a really crap opening. Like the first 3 hours are really boring. But once it opens up with its various systems and lets go and just lets you explore and play the game, then I had a pretty decent time with it. I thought the narrative was okay. I thought the performances were all good. I just didn't really care about any of the characters. Like, like Joel. I'm like I don't like Joel. He's just kind of sucks. I'm not interested in following him on this adventure. Ellie, at least in the first game, is kind of a non-entity for the most part. She's just kind of there. She's cute. She doesn't get in the way. So, oh, speaking of which, hang on a second. I forgot about that. Let me open up my notes here. Yeah, okay. I'll have to get back to that in a minute. What was I talking about? So, Chaos, hello. Monster Hunter news? No, there's no Monster Hunter news. Nothing happened this week. It was a really quiet video game and movie news free week. Just really nothing happened. Wilson says it's lighting. In Last of It. Oh, RGB. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. I had to, I mean, it's like RGB, red, green, blue. It's color. What's the context of this? And he's like, the colorful lights, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen boxes with the colorful lights in them, and yeah, I don't care. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. I just personally don't care because I'm boring. Let's see. Bucky says my new dream concept for GTA 6 set it in Vice City, San Fierro, and Las Venturas. You can fly between 3 maps, and there are multiple time periods from the 70s to even beyond the 2020s. So a story that gonna chrono trigger this thing is so a story that probably without time travel though. So a story that takes place throughout multiple generations. That's actually there. There's a lot of possibilities there. Yeah, who knows what they're doing, but yeah, that could have some. Scrungle say, yeah, I talked about the Monster Hunter movie thing. Yeah, I mean, I get the repellence to the joke, but review bombing the video game doesn't make any sense and is silly. Yeah, it's a even if you are even without ignoring all context and just looking at that joke in a vacuum, it's not funny. So, um, all right. So yeah, stuff happened this week. There was the Game Awards, which I don't know who won what because all due respect to the hundreds and upon hundreds of people who work really hard on this stuff, I genuinely don't care. Um, I don't care about the Game awards. I don't care. Doesn't mean they have no value. Doesn't mean I'm not happy for whoever won. I just personally don't care. Probably because I didn't make any of these games. I don't personally know anyone who did, so I've really got no skin in the game. And I believe I looked this up. I made a list, I went through all of the nominees for every category and learned that I have played exactly 0 of the games nominated for anything the Game Awards this year. So I don't know. But I did skim through it and watch all the trailers. Did I see the Perfect Dark teaser trailer? I did. Did I recognize it as the Perfect Dark teaser trailer? Yes, I did. As soon as the camera bolted up the side of the building and showed the Datadyne logo on top, I instantly recognized it as the Datadyne logo. And I'm like, is this a Perfect Dark game? And yes, it was. I don't know if that's impressive or just kind of sad that I immediately recognized the Datadyne logo, but here we are. I did, visually speaking, I did really like the design of that building because it's a big friggin' boot. I'm like, that's. I love the visual here. It's just this omnipresent, oppressive boot stepping on the citizens. I'm like, that's I love how on the nose that is. That's visual storytelling right there. I love that. I hope the game's good too, because I liked Perfect Dark, the one on the N64. I didn't play. Oh, but the sequel, what do they call it? Zero, I think. The one on the 360, I believe. Never played that because I've owned zero Xboxes in my time. I heard it wasn't very good though, so that's sad. Um, so okay, let me skim through the Game Awards news and see if there's anything I want to talk about. So let's see. All right, Devolver Digital. Hey, Sally, whatever her name is, has a neat haircut. That was and it was cute, as Devolver Digital stuff usually is. There's a game called Chia, which kind of looked very Breath of the Wildy in places. So that's a thing. Sea of Solitude's come to the Switch. Shady Part of Me was a thing. Near Replicant has showed some gameplay, so maybe that'll be fun. It's got lots of balls. Century Age of Ashes was revealed. There's dragons and you fly them around and shoot things, so maybe that's fun. Oh, yeah, Smash Brothers. Here we go. So, season 2 of the DLC for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is well on its way. We've had Minecraft guy Steve and Minecraft Steve and Minecraft Susan. Alex, right? I think. Someone in the chat will let me know. Who the hell? Min Min from Punchy Punch game. Arms. I'm like humming the theme song. I didn't even play the game. So third DLC character was announced, and it's Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Okay. What say you, Chad? Are you excited about that? I'm fine. We'll get into Mass Effect later. Steve and Alex. Okay, so I was right. It's lots of folks. Oh, we're talking about Mass Effect, huh? Yeah. So I like the part where he murdered Mario because I think didn't Luigi get murdered in an earlier pre-rendered vignette? I think the Simon Belmont one. So yeah, I mean, it's if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, and you know, hey, good on you. I I don't know. It's cool. I guess we're talking about oh, Tangle. Hello, says I love Sephiroth. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I may sound kind of blasé about it. I guess I'm tired. Um, but I mean, it's cool. I'm really looking forward to the subsequent and nigh inevitable Nintendo Direct, where it's like 30 minutes of Sakurai playing Smash Brothers by himself with two controllers, one in each hand, while he demos Sephiroth and shows all of the moves and all of the detail that went into it and the stages and the music and all the cool background details. That's the kind of stuff I really love. Just the just fanboying out aspect of it. It's like we have such love for the character and the franchise and the gaming and the history, and we went into all these stuff. I love that. I still have no interest in actually playing the game, but I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So a couple of people are talking about Mass Effect. They showed one of the blue alien persons. Maybe that's Liara, whatever her name is. Find a piece of Commander Shepard's chest plate and then kind of look at the camera. I mean, it's all it really. I think it actually literally said Mass Effect will continue, or there will be more of this. And I was thinking, after the ending of 3 and no one really liking Andromeda generally, does anybody care? I mean, it's more of a not really rhetorical. I'm wondering, does anyone care? Is there anyone like, oh yeah, Mass Effect? Woo! Or are we all kind of, even fans of Mass Effect, are we like, really? I thought that was kind of done. Well, I mean, if they make take a mulligan on Andromeda and they just make a really good Mass Effect 5, great. Maybe I'll get to play it this time. Because back when the original Mass Effects came out, I only had a Nintendo system, and then the Wii U came out, and that same period when the Wii U came out, November of 2012, EA also brought out the Mass Effect trilogy for everything but Wii U. You see, Wii U got Mass Effect 3 Special Edition, which didn't include all of the Mass Effect 3 DLC, so it wasn't really special. And so what EA was saying was, Nintendo players, here, for full price, you can have most of Mass Effect 3. Everyone else, for $20 less, gets the entire trilogy and all of the DLC. Needless to say, I didn't buy into that one. Had they actually put Mass Effect trilogy on the Wii U, like they did with literally everything else at the time, there's a good chance I might have picked it up just to see. Yeah, $40 for all 3 games, sure, but they didn't, so I didn't. So they got $0. And now I'm a gamer who has no attachment to that franchise, so I'm not particularly interested in Mass Effect 5 or whatever they're calling it. So you're lost, EA. Bucky, we can. Probably not today, because I think that the Game Awards and Disney shareholder meeting is probably going to take up most of the most of the podcast. But try to get to that, because that's actually an interesting idea. I do like that. What are my favorite songs? Oh, I really like WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And I not only sang that to plug the reaction video that I did, it got over 1,000 views. I like a lot of the music in Gem and the Holograms. And I'm not just saying that because I produced best of the season videos for that show. I like Barbershop because I like harmony. I like vocal harmony. Barbershop also tends to be, because it's a cappella, it's a sans instrumental accompaniment. It also tends to be a lot more complex in its chord structure in interesting ways. A lot of popular music is like 3 chords total. It's just kind of boring. Not that it isn't, entertaining enough. I'm just not terribly into most pop music. I'm a musician, so I'm a bit of a music snob. I also really like Weird Al Yankovic. I think he's funny. And chat's all over the place now. It's true. They're trying to recoup their losses after Andromeda. Well, I mean, fair enough. Kaganeka-sama Escape from Tarkov put a teaser for their new map. I don't think it was in the awards. I don't recall it there. Yeah. Am I ever going to review Postal 3? Probably not. It's unlikely I'll play it. Although Running with Scissors did gift me all of the Postal games. as a thank you for the uh, or a response to the Postal, a pacifists game that the video I did years back. So I have it. I've just never got around to play it. Maybe I'll play it during one of the Sunday streams. Um, Tangle listens to the Gem of the Holograms soundtrack on a daily basis. Wouldn't it be lovely if they actually had at any point released an official mastered soundtrack? They probably don't have the elements to do that now. It's unlikely. They say maybe Anne Bryant or Ford Kinder or someone has like master tapes in their garage. Maybe they've survived somewhere, but God, there's like what 180 songs. Um, that would be that would be quite a compilation. But if they released a full mastered Gem of the Hologram soundtrack, I'd pay for it. I would. Game Awards. Sure. But, someone in the in one of my video comments asked me, dude, did you see Reggie in the Game Awards? I did. I just didn't watch or listen to him. I know he was there as one of the presenters, but I don't know if he said anything particularly interesting because I just skipped past him. To me, the Game Awards was just 4 hours of video game commercials. So then there was the Perfect Dark trailer, which I talked about. Back for Blood, which is Left 4 Dead 4. I didn't look into it, but I'm assuming, did someone take over development and couldn't get the IP from Valve? Is that why we're not using the name? Because it's totally Left 4 Dead 4, but they're calling it Back 4 Blood. Okay. Looks cool. Hood, Outlaws and Legends looks exactly the same last time we saw it. Scavengers, I don't care. It's still in beta. There's a Forza car in Cyberpunk. Cool. Callisto Protocol. It's a Dead Space game. Apparently takes place in the PUBG universe. Huh? What? Okay. But they didn't show anything of the game, so I mean, they showed a little mini movie that was kind of cool, but didn't show any of the game. So kind of hard to care. Showed some Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. I think it was just pre-rendered stuff. I don't think they showed any gameplay, so don't care. Open Roads, which is Fulbright's new game. They're the folks who did Gone Home and Tacoma, one of which I've played and quite liked. So no idea what the gameplay is going to be like, if it's really a game or more of just an interactive narrative experience. Either way, interesting premise, so maybe worth keeping an eye on. Special edition of Disco Elysium's announced. Yay. Dragon Age 4. They didn't actually show any games, so I don't care. Endless Dungeon. Oh yeah, it's a rogue game where you. Yeah, I don't care. Crimson Desert. I don't care. Overcooked has a new chef. The chef from Sesame Street. Cool. There was Season, which is some indie game where you ride a bike. Not sure what you do in that game. So it's not very interesting. It's got a nice visual aesthetic. I'll give it that. More Call of Duty. So yay. Vin Diesel's in Arc 2, but they didn't actually show any of the games, so who cares? There's also an animated Arc show. It's got a heck of a voice cast, so cool. Fall Guys are still falling, still guys. So well named. Outriders apparently got a trailer, and I have wiped it from my memory, so that really didn't leave much of an impression. There's an Evil Dead game. They didn't show much. But it's an Evil Dead game. I'm guessing it's probably like Left 4 Dead, only with Ash and Deadites. Could be fun. I mean, maybe if they showed much game, you might be more excited. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection looks cool. Um, Returnal still has probably the best name, but they didn't really show off any more than they showed, I don't know, last summer, whenever they showed it off. Let's see. Oh, It Takes Two. That's that 2-player co-op thing. Could be cute. Super Meat Boy Forever. Is that still... Did that not come out like 7 years ago? Is that still... I don't know. Oddworld, Soulstorm. Look like mostly the same footage. Elder Scrolls Online, don't care. Monster Hunter. Here we go. Something I care about. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh, 187 gem songs, not counting the themes. Okay. The viewers of the Game Awards shows dropped by 300,000 after Sephiroth was announced. I'm pretty sure there was a Left 4 Dead 3, was there not? Well, there was at least 2. So maybe they just didn't want to call it 3 because they really like the back 4 blood. And it's like, oh man, if only this were the 4th game. Screw it. Monster Hunter Rise trailer. They had a trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, and it was a minute long, and it was a little unsatisfying, but got a good look at some new monsters, so that was pretty cool. I've been loving what Capcom has been doing with the Monster Hunter Twitter. They've been sharing a lot of concept art and a lot of goofy like real quick sketches that are kind of like, here's the inspiration for one of the monsters. And now that we've seen what they are, it's pretty very minimalist inspirational sketches. So I'm really, it's fun. It's fun. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about the Palamutes and wondering why the hell they call them Palamutes when Palamut is right there. And several people in the chat pointed out the obvious, that it's very likely a pun for Malamute. And yeah, that's probably it. Oddly, though, the Palamutes don't look anything like Malamutes, though. So I still think Malamut's better. And I'm thinking that when I get Rise, which I probably will, because it's looking pretty gosh darn good. I'm thinking about resurrecting my Leslie and Bob characters from World. My characters in World are Leslie and her Palico Bob. So I figure I'll make her again and Bob again, and then I'll get a Palamut, and I think I shall call him Not Bob. So I'll have Leslie, Bob, and Not Bob, because I'm a jerk. Kaganeka-sama says all the Rise maps look the same so far. They've only shown 2, so although they might have shown a piece of like a third snowy one maybe, but yeah, they showed the shrine one, which takes place in a forest, and they just showed a new one, which is the flooded forest, which is a forest again. It's another forest. It's just got water in it. It's flooded, you see. I thought that was an odd choice too. I would have went for a map that's much more different than I mean, they are distinct. But big open area with trees. I would have gone for a snowy tundra or desert or anything that's not trees. It was a interesting choice. Yeah, I mean, Rise. I'm sorry, World has the ancient tree, which is the forest level. And it's got the desert. It's got the Elder's Recess, which has your volcano level. It's got the Hoarfrost Reach, which is your snow level. And then it's got the two pretty unique ones, which is the Coral Highlands, which looks like a coral bed, just not underwater. It's a really gorgeous place. And then the Rotten Vale, which is a monster graveyard, essentially. Um, I really love it when they come up with really unique ideas rather than grass, desert, fire, snow, water, Um, it'd be interesting to see. Interesting though, Flooded Forest is actually a returning map from earlier games. It was in the third generation. I don't know if it was in fourth or not, but it was definitely in third. Although this looks like it's a different portion of the flooded forest, because apparently you can go up to that temple, which, if I'm remembering correctly, you could not do. That was a background element. So it's the flooded forest. It's just a different section of it, if that makes any sense. Still, I agree that at first it took me longer than it should have to recognize it as a new map. Um. Anyway, in the Game Awards, it's only a minute long, but the full trailer is like 3 minutes or so. So I paused the Game Awards and went to watch it. And it's funny because it starts out with who I think ends up being the handler, a gal with the red eyeshadow. She's sitting in the town and she's singing the theme song of the Monster Hunter Rise, and the camera pans around to the building behind her. I'm like, the building behind you's on fire. Because you look at the front doors, it's just flames all over the place. The camera pans up, there's flames shooting at them. I'm like, behind you, building's on fire. I'm guessing that's the forge, though, so we would expect flames. So that owl, I don't know if it's a replacement for the Poogie, but seems to be the village pet, and it's called the Kahoot. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's good. Um, uh, let's see. The two new monsters. One is a lizard mermaid thing that's kind of part otter and cracks a clam open on its chest, which is pretty funny. Really gorgeous design. Got a nice gold and purple color scheme going on that's really attractive. Nice to see a Leviathan skeleton again. And then the other one is similar to Ketchawacha. It's got a big prehensile tail that it can stand on, and then it throws persimmons at you. It's pretty nifty. So yeah, I'm really I'm excited for Rise, and there's a demo in January, so I'm thinking I've been stressing over, should I main some other weapon for Rise, or stick with the switch axe, or no, I don't use switch axe. What the hell am I talking about? Charge blade. Because I've mained 3 weapons in my Monster Hunter career: Sword and Shield, Hunting Horn, and Charge Blade, and I love the Charge Blade. So maybe with the demo, I'll just try them all and see if another one calls to me. I'm not sure, but yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. I am quite um uh, be shot be shatten when you fight this monster. You will be shatten upon. And Somnicanth, which is a pretty literal name. I like Somnicanth. Longsword. I've thought about Longsword. I like shields though. Um, Although I did play Hunting Horn, and that doesn't have a shield. So we'll see. Looking forward to Rise. Rise. Among Us gets a new map. It's a airship. Yay! Master Chief is coming to Fortnite, and so is or did the Red versus Blue troopers, are they in Fortnite too, or were they just part of the announcement? I don't know. I don't care either. Scarlet Nexus still looks neat. It's coming out in the summer. Looks kind of like exactly like Astral Chain, but which I haven't played yet. I'm really looking forward to giving that a try. But I want to start that one on a Sunday stream, and I can't do that until I have a new PC. Just Cause is coming to mobile, and I will be honest, and I'm not proud of this, but there are few things you can say that will make me lose interest in your video game quicker than mobile. Is that fair? No, it's not, but it's true. I mean, yeah, new Yakuza video game. Ooh, on mobile. Oh, you know, on. This is just not where I want to play my video games. Hey, League of Legends is getting a another RPG turn-based thingy. So cool. I think it was more of a cartoon trailer. I don't remember any footage. Here's where the Mass Effect teaser was, and that was it, right? I think that was it. So yeah, and then there were awards, and some games won some of them. Congrats. So let's see. What else happened this week? Well, Disney had its investors call, and it was like 4 hours long, but they had a lot of stuff to announce. So if you subscribe to Disney Plus, one of the many ubiquitous streaming services, you'll probably find something to watch. And if you really like things like Star Wars and Marvel stuff, you're pretty well set for the next 2 years. There'll be some stuff. So let me just skim through the announcement. Most of it was they're like we're doing this. Very few of the announcements. I'll give a quick example. Patty Jenkins is directing a new Star Wars movie. It's called Rogue Squadron. This was one of the few news items that was accompanied by like a 1.5-minute trailer. Most of it would have just been, and we have a new Star Wars movie set for 2023, directed by Patty Jenkins, and it's called Rogue Squadron. And that's like all they told you. This one, they actually filmed Patty Jenkins talking about the movie. So you got absolutely no more details than Patty Jenkins is directing a Star Wars movie called Rogue Squadron. So we should be able to get through most of this really quick, because most of it's just like, we're doing She-Hulk. We know you already knew that, but now you know who plays She-Hulk. We know you already knew that too, but now it's official. Not like there wasn't any things we didn't know, but yeah. So, okay, let's see. Ray and the Last Dragons next year. That looks neat. That's international stuff, and I only live in one country, so I don't care. Glad other people in other places of the world that get fun things to watch, though. That's nice. All the ESPN stuff I don't care about, so I'm just gonna skip right past that. Hey, a new series with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. It's called Only Murders. They don't say anything about it other than those people are in it. Hard to be excited about it. I mean, I like Martin Short and Steve Martin, and not sure who Selena Gomez is. She is, she has an album called Rare out, so I'm guessing she's a singer. I'm sure she's very good. Elizabeth Holmes has a story played by Kate McKinnon. All right, don't know who that is. Okay, I don't care about any of this stuff. They have movies. So let's see. American Horror Story, Old Man, Reservation Dogs. That has nothing to do with Reservoir Dogs. Why the Last Man? Never read the book. Apparently, we're getting an Alien series. Actually, yes, actually, that Alien. Shogun series. That could be really cool. I read James Clavell's book back, I think, when I had chicken pox. No. I watched the miniseries when I had chicken pox. I'd already read the book. It's good. So maybe there's already is a miniseries as Richard Chamberlain in it. It's pretty good. Maybe this will be good too. Maybe it will be better. Sunny in Philadelphia gets more seasons. Great. Never seen a single episode, so I don't care. Let's see what the chat's saying. Encanto. Yeah, I think. Okay. Let's see. We'll have Mandalorian season 3. Okay, new Star Wars show, Rangers of the New Republic. Set within the timeline of the Mandalorian. No details. Ahsoka gets her own show. Rosario Dawson will continue portraying Ahsoka. Andor, they're just Andor Cassian Andor, whatever the character's name, the dude in Rogue One. Because we all love that character, he's getting his own show. I'm of the opinion that Rogue One is among the worst of the Star Wars movies. Like, the prequels are just, I think the 3 prequels are probably very bottom. And then I'd probably put Rogue One. And I think I'd put Rise of Skywalker above it, only on the strength of the cast, who we all like from the previous movies, or at least I do. So that one, even though I think Rise of Skywalker is much worse of a movie, it actually has characters I care about. And Rogue One, I just thought was just a bad movie. Not that I wasn't entertained. I mean, I wasn't bored. It has some cool stuff in it. I just didn't think it was a good movie. But who knows? Maybe a Rebel spy show will be fun. I have a subscription to Disney Plus, so whether I'm interested in it or not, I'm going to be watching all this crap. Obi-Wan Kenobi gets his own show. Man, of all the shows, this one is the one I care absolutely the least about. I'm still going to watch it. And Hayden Christensen returns as Darth Vader. It'll be interesting to see if Hayden Christensen can act. Because he's terrible in the prequels, but I've never held that against him personally. I don't think anyone would have been good in that role because there was nothing to do. So it'll be interesting to see if Hayden Christensen, I've not seen him in any other movies, so it'll be interesting to see how he performs. There's an animated thing called The Bad Batch. Okay. And there's Star Wars Visions, which is you remember the Animatrix? That, but with Star Wars, is what I'm getting out of this. Gonna have a Lando Calrissian show. No idea if who played him in the Solo movie. Forget his name, but no idea who's headlining that. We've got The Acolyte, which is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. So, something that takes place not during the current movies, so that's nice. We've got A Droid Story, an epic journey that will introduce us to a new hero guided by R2-D2 and C-3PO. Great. How you doing, chat? Okay, good so far. Getting a Willow series and Warwick Davis will be in it. Cool. I liked Willow. I saw it in the theater. Getting another Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford. All right. Um, we have a book called Children of Blood and Bone that's being adapted into a movie. Okay. Taika Waititi is doing a movie, a Star Wars movie, so I'm sure that'll be cool. As I mentioned, Patty Jenkins is doing Rogue Squadron. And because it's called Rogue Squadron, I'm actually kind of given pause because I am so utterly sick of things taking place in that corner of the universe. Hopefully, I mean, Rogue Squadron makes me think that it's going to be about literally that Rogue Squadron. I'm like, can we move? There's got to be other interesting people and things happening in the universe, please. It's like I'm enjoying The Mandalorian for the most part, but every time they keep going back to Tatooine, I'm like, could we please go somewhere else, anywhere else? The galaxy cannot be that damn small. Anyway, a bunch of National Geographic stuff. I don't know. The one that I thought was interesting is Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, is doing a science action adventure show on. Yeah, I guess he's gonna go polar bear swimming or something. And Darren Aronofsky is going to direct Will Smith in a some nature show for National Geographic. So fun. Okay, so that's enough about National Geographic. We're going to get a new Mighty Ducks movie, and yes, Emilio Estevez returns. Uh, because we've all been clamoring for this, we are going to get a new Turner and Hooch movie. It's got a slobbery dog in it, so, Turner and Hooch, another movie I saw in the theater, because I'm old. We got something with John Stamos and Yvette Nicole Brown and Jesselyn Gilsig. Okay. Got a Tony Hale and Christian Shoot. Oh, man, she's a comedian. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Got a thing. Got the Kardashians doing something. Let me check the chat, see if anyone's yelling at me. Freakhill says it should actually be called The Lando Calrissian Show and be a variety show hosted by Lando. That is an amazing idea. Now I'm excited if that's what it was, that sounds amazing. I like the way you think. Beast says, I love Turner and Hooch. Yeah, Turner and Hooch is fine. It's a perfectly serviceable, adorable dog movie. Man and his dog. It's fine. It's I don't mean to disparage the movie. I liked it just fine, especially when I was 8 or however old I was when I saw it. It's just kind of an odd thing. Oh, we're bringing Turner and Hooch back. Or, well, it says it's inspired by Turner and Hooch, so it might not be exactly that IP, but it's going to have a big slobbery mastiff in it. So, yeah. I have a friend who had a big slobbery mastiff. Her name was Nala. The dog, the slobbery mastiff. She passed away, unfortunately. It was funny because my friend Dawn, she moved, so we fell out of touch for a while. And she actually found me a couple of years later on Facebook, and she sent me a friend request, and I almost ignored it because she doesn't use her name on she uses Dawn and not her last name, so I didn't immediately recognize the name, so I was gonna throw it out. But her profile pic was a picture of her dog, and I'm like, that's Nala. Oh, it's that Dawn. So it's a good thing I recognized her dog, because otherwise I may not have reconnected with a friend of mine. So there you go. Nala was a cool dog, and Dawn's a good friend too. Don't mean to undersell the friendship, but he was a cool dog. Let's see. So we've got Hocus Pocus 2. I would assume the original cast is coming back. It doesn't say, but also we need to get ready for a modern take on the hilarious 80s comedy Three Men and a Baby. Whatever happened to Steve Gutenberg? I, I hope he's not dead. I imagine he just work dried up. Maybe. Hopefully he made. Hopefully he did a Rick Moranis and just. I've got enough money. I'm done. Three Men and a Baby. It's another one I actually saw in the theater. This was back in the days when I just went to the theater with the family. I had no say in what we were going to see. You know, I was less than 10. And that was that movie that had the ghost in that one scene hiding in the curtain. And some people are like, "Oh no, it's a cardboard standee or something, or a crew member." Or, yeah, there's a ghost in the movie. Safety, an original film. Oh, apparently it premiered yesterday. Huh. Okay, it's a football movie thing. New movies, real life stories of Chris Paul, Giannis. Oh God, these names are hard. I don't have a name that makes phonetic sense either. But damn, Antetokounmpo. Boy, I bet I butchered that. I don't know who these folks are. I guess they're sports peoples. So we have Flora and Ulysses, about a girl and her squirrel. Did they cancel the Squirrel Girl show? They were doing it, I think, on Hulu. I think they were doing a Squirrel Girl show. Maybe this is to replace it. So we're reimagining Cheaper by the Dozen again? Because we already reimagined that. But okay. Gabrielle Union. Not Gabriel, Gabrielle Union is going to star. New film franchise for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Okay. New Ice Age. Night at the Museum is now going to be a cartoon. Jungle Cruise will come out at some point. They're going to do a live action prequel to The Lion King. I guess we're going to see the falling out of Scar and Mufasa. Maybe it's even earlier than that. Mufasa's parents? Who knows? They're doing a Little Mermaid movie. They've got a bunch of people in it. None of who. No. Javier Bardem, I know. Aquafina, I know. Melissa McCarthy. Jacob Tremblay. I've heard that name. Isn't he the kid in Iron Man 3? I don't know. So I'm guessing live action? They're doing a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie. Chip is played by John Mulaney and Dale is played by Adam D. Samberg. And those are two people who exist. And I'm sure are well suited for cartoon squirrels. Apparently it's a live action animated hybrid, like Roger Rabbit or the Tom and Jerry movie. Let's see. Steve Gutenberg was in Casper Spirited Be. I was going to say, no, that was Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci in Casper, but you said A Spirited Beginning, so I don't know what that is. Young Leia series with Millie Bobby Brown while she's still young. Sure. Let's see. Apparently Disney is doing a Pinocchio movie. This one with Tom Hanks. Robert Zemeckis is directing it because we can't have enough Pinocchio movies. There's actually another Pinocchio movie coming out next year, I guess. Not to be confused with the one that came out last year. You know, and the one next year has Roberto Benigni in it, who's playing Geppetto. Not to be confused with the version of Pinocchio he did like 15, 20 years ago where he played Pinocchio. Remember when it was all like we had a bunch of asteroid hitting the Earth movies and we had a bunch of volcano movies? Now we're having a bunch of Pinocchio movies. I don't know why. Darth Maul series. All right. Beast says the Gutenberg one was a straight DVD prequel to the Bill Pullman movie. Oh, okay. That was Devon Sawa who played the live action version of Casper in the movie version. Another movie I saw in the theater. And my sister was like, oh, it's Devon Sawa. Because, she was rather smitten. Wait a minute. Is that why she wanted to go see Idle Hands? Who cares? Saw that in theater too. I really enjoyed it. Idle Hands was fun. And what else did we see him in? Some in Final Destination. Um, anyway, so we've got Peter Pan and Wendy. All right. Yara Shahidi is playing Tinkerbell. I don't know who that is, but Jude Law is playing Captain Hook. Don't know who's playing Peter Pan. Remember Enchanted? It's like 10 years ago at least, Amy Adams movie. Well, they're making a sequel called Disenchanted. I saw Enchanted in the theater. Who did I see that with? I think I saw that with Kristen. Maybe? I don't remember. I remember the movie being good enough. Hey, Sister Act 3 with Whoopi Goldberg. Tyler Perry's producing. Fun. For the first time in forever. It's time for an update from anime. Okay, that's funny. So they're showing off some renders from Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay, here we go. Let me actually check on the chat here. Freakle says, no, that's because the mechas can't get enough Tom Hanks movies. Fair enough. Bucky asks, could Polar Express, Christmas Carol style image movers, motion capture movies ever make a comeback and become a serious genre? They were too expensive. What would drive the cost down? Well, I mean, in a sense, they're doing that a little bit with stuff like the live action Lion King and Jungle Book. They're just kind of doing it in different ways. I mean, we're having because those movies were ostensibly live action, but they were realistically animated CG movies with motion capture performances, and we have those a bit, but usually with more animal characters. Like, are we going to have a comeback where we start doing movies like Final Fantasy Spirits Within, which I actually liked, where you have a fully CG animated movie where most of the cast are human beings and realist, not caricatures like Disney or Pixar movies, but the actual realistic human faces and proportions. I think there's a space for it, especially if you're trying to get the cast to do something that you just couldn't do in live action. But hell, the Avatar movies are that for the most part. I mean, it's kind of a mix, but normally if you're doing a motion capture CG replacement, it's due to a character that you couldn't physically bring on set. Otherwise, because you're right, it is expensive to just, hey, let's use a computer to make someone who looks realistic. It's like, or you could just have someone realistic, a real person, just do it. It's just stand there. So I don't know, but I enjoyed. Actually, I never saw Christmas Carol or Polar Express, but I did see Beowulf, and I thought it was fun. I think that was like 2006, so it can be a little hard to watch. Some bits look really good, and some bits do not. And I remember a lot of people looking at that and thinking, well, the guy who plays Beowulf in that movie, crap, his name escapes me. He does not look like that. Is it Ray Wise? Um, 6'3", broad chested, trim, muscular guy. It's or no, Ray Weinstein, something. Um, that's one use for it, is when you want your actor to, you don't want to spend a lot of money and time getting your actor to bulk up or slim down or really alter their physical appearance. One, that it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of money, takes a lot of effort. It's also sometimes not really healthy for the person. So that's one reason to do something like that. And especially because Beowulf is an epic poem with monsters and daring do and stuff like that. Um, Doing the entire thing animated allows you to do anything without having to worry about the special effects sucking. You just do whatever you want because it's all animated, and you have that uh, aesthetic consistency, right? The main character is always animated, so a digital double doesn't stand out, right? But I remember a lot of people saying it's like, well, I get anyone, yeah, Ray Weinstein. I eventually got it. I get why they did Ray Weinstein, but Anthony Hopkins looks like Anthony Hopkins. Angelina Jolie looks like Angelina Jolie. What's the point of replacing them with computer characters if they're just going to look exactly like themselves, except creepy? Fair point. Mainly just for aesthetic consistency, I'd say. But I actually wouldn't mind stuff like that coming back because I'm. You, you had a taste of it, I suppose, in Battle Angel Alita. No, they called it Alita Battle Angel, right? Yeah, but that was only on, for the most part, one character. So you're seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I'm seeing no indication of big productions like that doing the whole movie that way with a human cast. But I wouldn't mind it because it's kind of fun. Well, that's true. The Grendel's mother, Angelina Jolie's character in Beowulf, is supposed to be creepy, but a lot of that really comes off in the performance. Uh, Otherwise, she's just essentially a siren, but I think she has like a scorpion tail or something like that. Um, I enjoyed Beowulf, another movie I saw in the theater. I don't know why I find that interesting, how many things I've seen in the theater. Anyway, back to the Disney announcements here. We've got new shows. We've got a new Big Hero 6 movie or show focusing on Baymax. We've got one focusing on Zootopia. Boy, I hope they think through that metaphor a bit more carefully with that series, because the movie, whoo, entertaining enough. I saw it in the theater. They've got two shows. One following Tiana from Princess and the Frog, and one following Moana from Moana. I hope the Tiana show is traditionally animated. They don't say. Probably not, but hope so. We've got Iwaju. Not sure how to pronounce that, but it's a collaboration with another entertainment company. And they showed a piece of concept art, which, like, all right, then looks neat. Kind of a sci-fi series. And what else we got here? We've got here's Encanto, magic family that lives in a magic home in Colombia. And it's got some music by Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame. So, yay. Let's see. Pixar still has Soul coming out in Christmas, and another Spark short. Oh, the short film called Burrow. It's about a bunny. Let's see. They've got some mini shorts. one follows Doug from the Up movie. They've got a Cars one. And here's one that I actually found interesting. It's a long-form animated series from Pixar called Win or Lose. Follows a middle school softball team in the week leading up to their championship game, and each episode is told from the perspective of a different character. Now that's actually pretty interesting. That's a log line that makes me go, "Oh, that's interesting. I'll keep an eye out for that one." Pixar's next film is Luca. It's about a boy whose name is Luca and his best friend Alberto during their unforgettable summer. What's unforgettable about it? Don't know. Maybe we'll find out in June. Let's see. We've got the person who did that shoot. Someone who did a short is doing a movie called Turning Red about a girl who turns into a big red panda. All right. Here's an interesting one. Lightyear. It's the definitive story of the original Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Chris Evans. But wait, you say, the guy who does Buzz Lightyear in the Tim Allen. He's not dead. So why is Chris Evans voicing him? Well, because you see, Lightyear the movie is actually a movie about the Buzz Lightyear that the Buzz Lightyear toy is based on. So in the Toy Story universe, Buzz Lightyear is an actual real guy and who had a toy based on him. So that's all right. That's it's a pretty interesting premise. I actually like that. Wreck-It Ralph series. I never saw the sequel to that. I saw the first one at the drive-in, and never saw the sequel. All right, so now we get into the Marvel stuff. So we've got WandaVision, which they showed a trailer for, an actual full trailer. I didn't get a lot of these during the conference call, but it's a good trailer. Makes the show look really interesting. So looking forward to watching that. That's out in January, I think. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is 2022. Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams. So she's back, I guess. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who was Baron Mordo, I think, the character, sorcerer guy. And a woman whose first name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but her last name is Gomez, and she is playing America Chavez. So that's pretty neat that America Chavez is going to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which kind of makes sense for America Chavez, being that she just, punches her way right into pretty much any reality she wants. So, and Sam Raimi's directing, so neat. Falcon and Winter Soldier series, they showed a trailer for. Looks pretty neat. Starts in March. Black Widow movie is coming to theaters in May. Hopefully, so will audiences, but at this point, who knows? I think that was actually supposed to be out in theaters May of 2020, but such it is. So we've got a Loki show. They showed a trailer. Looks fun. Tom Hiddleston's always fun. Looks like he has a run-in with the Time Something Authority from the comics, so that's fun to see. Showed a trailer for the What If series, which is a bunch of cartoons where they say, well, what if the Haley Atwell, what's her name? Captain America's beloved, what's her name? Peggy Carter. Thank you, no one in particular. I'm sure chat's already said. Peggy Carter chaos. Thank you. What if Peggy Carter became a super soldier and became Captain Britain? What if Marvel Zombies? What if Michael Rooker picked up Chitala instead of Star-Lord? That kind of thing. So that could be cool. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They showed off the cast for that, but no footage. Anything interesting in the cast here? Wenwu, um, I think that's the Mandarin. Razor Fist, okay. I think that's a dude who has knives for arms, I think. Shang-Chi, of course. I don't know any of the other characters, at least by name. Oh, Michelle Yeoh's in it. Neat. Let's see. Miss Marvel. They didn't really have any footage from the. Well, they had a sizzle reel, couple things they've just started filming. So we get a Miss Marvel show, and Miss Marvel is going to be in the Captain Marvel 2 movie. So nifty. And Nia DaCosta's directing that. I really want to see her Candyman movie at some point because it sounds neat. That has nothing to do with Disney, but you know, Eternals is still coming at some point. Hawkeye's coming at some point. Kate Bishop is being played by Haley Steinfeld. She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo will be in it, and so will Tim Roth, who returns as Abomination. So neat. Moon Knight, we already knew about that. Sam Jackson, the Nick Fury movie is actually going to be Secret Invasion and will include Ben Mendelsohn, who was Talos, the Skrull. So sounds like a buddy movie. So that could be fun. And here's a new one. They're going to do an Ironheart show. So Riri Williams is they're bringing her in. So she makes basically an Iron Man suit of armor. So fun stuff there. Don Cheadle gets his own show. He plays Rhodey, War Machine, and he's in a show called Armor Wars. Cool. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is still a ways off, but in the meantime, we're going to get a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special and an I Am Groot show. So cool. Christian Bale is playing Gore the God Butcher in the new Thor movie, which won't be out until 2022. They didn't have anything to say about Blade, which is Mahershala Ali in it, but they say they'll be sharing more details soon. Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, Quantum Mania 1 is coming out, and Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer will be in it, and Jonathan Majors will be Kang the Conqueror. So neat. Black Panther 2. They're not recasting T'Challa, but they're still going to have a Black Panther 2. So cool. Ryan Coogler's still writing and directing. John Watts is going to do a Fantastic Four movie. Fourth time's a charm. It's a pretty low bar, but here's hoping. And that's it. Would Captain Britain work better as a series or a movie? I love cartoons and I love superheroes. I'm a big dork for all this stuff. So the more you want to make, man, go for it. Just make it good. Hopefully the fourth time will be fantastic. Well done, Chaos. Yeah. So that's Disney. That took a while to get there. Unfortunately, there was some new stuff like Ironheart we didn't know. Armor Wars and Secret Invasion and the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. But they for the most part didn't have a whole hell of a lot to show other than new pretty cool trailers for Loki, Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and What If and WandaVision, which are the shows coming up the quickest. Mandalorian is been that's going to get a season 3. Let's see. Off the top of my head, what's going on the DC side? Wonder Woman 2, or, well, Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out this month sometime. I don't have HBO Max, so sadly I won't be able to see it until, another time. But I hear it's 2.5 hours long. Hope it's good. I saw the first one in the theater and thought it was pretty good. I didn't connect with it like many did, but I thought it was pretty good. I felt it was really good for the first two acts, and then kind of dropped the ball a bit in the third act. So hopefully the sequel will improve on that. What else has DC got coming up? There's the. I would still like to go back and see Batman v Superman, Justice League, and what else have I missed? Those the only two I missed? I think those are the only two I missed. Okay, so I don't have that much to catch up on, I guess. I know a lot of people think they're not very. Joker, I guess that counts. Didn't see that either. Would like to see that at some point. Suicide Squad. That was the one I didn't think of. I'm curious. I know they're supposed to be bad, but still kind of want to see them. What else is coming from DC? I think they're doing the Batman, which, yeah, I like Batman. I think they're doing another Shazam movie, and I liked Shazam, so that's cool. I think they're doing another Aquaman movie, so that's cool because Aquaman was really good. Do I like any rock music? Sure. That's a pretty broad genre, but yeah. There there are not a ton of specific genre of music that I flat out don't like. But yeah, rock is good. Let's see. Batman v Superman has a ton of problems, but is watchable. I mean, it's got superheroes in it punching things. It has to be watchable. I mean, it's kind of like most kaiju movies, even the ones that aren't good, which is most of them. They've got giant monsters in it knocking over buildings. I mean, I'll be honest, I did not like the last Godzilla movie, King of the Monsters, I think it was called. Um, I didn't think it was a good movie. Um, in fact, it kind of aggravated me. I really just didn't like the narrative and most of the people in it, but I like the giant monsters, and I like the giant monsters punching each other. And I'll see Kong versus Godzilla. It's, even if it's got stupid humans that I don't care about doing stupid stuff that aggravates me, it's still gonna have Kong and Godzilla punching each other, and I'm there. You know. Oh yeah, I think they're doing a Flash or Flashpoint movie. Uh, Bucky's reminded me. Flash incorporate Robert Pattinson into the DCEU. Oh, do you mean the actor Robert Pattinson, who's in the Batman? That would be one way to gracefully exit Ben Affleck if he doesn't want to do it anymore. Bucky says, I hope Wonder Woman is in Aquaman 2 in a modern rendition of her classic Linda Carter diving outfit. I'm not sure which outfit that is. And I hope Wonder Woman 3 is in modern day. I don't really care. I mean, it depends on what you want to do with this. I'm not really tied to a particular era. It depends on what you want to do with the story. If it aesthetically or thematically works better in a particular era, or maybe plot wise, you need to put it before something else just to alleviate plot holes. But I mean, we're talking about comic book movies. By default, fans can be, oh, we'll notice and we'll talk about it, but yeah, it's part of, reconciling rather all of the plot incongruities is part of the fun. It's like, well, if this and this, that doesn't make any sense. So you make up this weird crap to paste it all together, and that can be part of the fun of the funny books. Um, as long as you don't harass the writers or colorists or line people on Twitter over it, just don't take it that seriously. As I put on Twitter today, I made an observation slash joke slash point on Twitter today saying that I've read many reviews for many movies and video games in my time on this earth, and I've read many that I wholly disagree with, and I've read many that I disagree with so much that I genuinely wondered to myself, did the author of this review actually watch the movie or play the video game? Because I read the review and I'm thinking they didn't see the same movie that I did. So yeah, there's been a lot of reviews that I've disagreed with over the years. And I said, here's a list of all of the reviews that have made me genuinely angry. And I left the rest of it blank. Because reviews are just someone's opinion about a movie or a video game or a song or a book or whatever. And with the exception of a few extenuating circumstances, there's no reason to be angry about someone's opinion about a movie or anything else. I mean, if you made the movie or had a hand in the production of whatever piece of entertainment is being reviewed, and the reviewer is being like mean and targeting you specifically, then okay, I could see taking offense at that. But for someone like me, who's just who didn't work on the movie or the video game, and the author is not talking to me, there's no reason to be mad at someone who doesn't like something as much as I do, or who likes something that I don't. Now, I have seen the implication that anyone who likes this is a dum-dum. This movie sucks and anyone who likes it is stupid. Yeah, I've seen implications, normally not in professional reviews, like published by known entities like newspapers back in the day, or more modern entertainment websites. Usually don't see stuff like that. But I've seen it before, and while I may get a bit personally indignant there, it's like, well, I like the movie, screw you, buddy. you know, that's as far as it goes. I'm like, well, this person's a jerk. I'm not losing any sleep over it. Not going to send him death threats or anything. So he thinks I'm dumb for liking a movie. I'll survive. One actually comes to mind. Freddy versus Jason. This is a very early 2000s movie. Nearly 20 years old now. I don't remember the reviewer. I don't remember the publication, but I do remember my feelings. And my feelings after reading this review of Freddy versus Jason, a movie which I don't think is a good movie, but I do like it quite a bit. I saw it in the theater twice, actually. I was actually got tickets to see the premiere a month before it came out to the general public. I had to drive up to Vegas to see it, but they'd had this whole promotion thing. They had Robert Englund and Ken Kersinger in their Freddy and Jason outfits, and they had a weigh-in and stuff. It was dorky as hell, but it was fun. And Freddy vs. Jason, not a good movie. Still one I quite enjoy. And still, I would argue, is a lot better than well, I would argue it was a lot better than I was expecting Freddy versus Jason to be. Nevertheless, I read this review and I genuinely wondered if the author of this review had seen a different cut of the movie somehow. That's how, because I was reading the review, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That doesn't happen in the movie. um, but again, did I send this person death threats or call him an asshole? Did I contact him at all? Did I did I demand to speak to his supervisor? No. So he didn't like Freddy versus Jason. Maybe he saw a really early cut of the movie or something. I have no idea, but that was a weird one. I was like, did you see a different movie? Weird. Let's see. Chaos's best part of the Flash movie will be Michael Keaton coming back as Bruce Wayne. That'd be cool. I wonder if they'll have like a Val Kilmer and George Clooney in there too. They'll have like all the Batmans. Let's see, Bucky. What about more villain? Well, I skipped one. Tangles says, "What's my favorite MCU movie?" Tangles is the first Avengers movie. Okay, favorite MCU movie. Hmm. Not something I've given a lot of thought. And I've seen all of the MCU movies, and I've seen all of them once, with the exception of the first Iron Man, which I've seen twice, the Incredible Hulk, which I've seen twice, Thor Ragnarok, which I've seen twice. Um, I favorite for right now, although my opinion might change if you ask me at a different time or if I gave it more thought. I think I might go with Thor Ragnarok. I found that movie just an absolute ton of fun. Really enjoyed that. Generally speaking, I think the MCU has a pretty damn good track record. I'd give almost all the movies a solid B plus. I'd give a couple of them a solid A, and the worst ones maybe a C minus. Because even the lesser of the films, which I would argue are Thor: The Dark World, um, Iron Man 2, uh, to an extent, Age of Ultron. Um, Even though I would rank them among the lowest of the 20 movies, however many there are, there's still a lot about them I really genuinely do enjoy. A lot of the characters are just great, and they do a lot of heavy lifting. I mean, it's why I don't rank Rise of Skywalker as low as I might otherwise, because I really love the Rey, Finn, and Poe characters. I'm along for the ride, even if they're riding through a bad movie. Kylo Ren too, love the character. Even if they're in a bad movie, I'm with those characters. So I'm inclined to rank Rise of Skywalker, even though I feel it's a particularly bad film, higher than I would otherwise. Same goes with the lesser of the MCU movies for me. I rank them higher than I would otherwise because I love the characters. And even if they're in not a great movie, I still enjoy spending time with them. It's like if you and a friend go and see a movie that's not good. Unless the movie's just absolutely painfully horrific, you still generally have a good time because you're with someone you care about, right? You're just enjoying spending time with your friend, even if what you're doing is not the greatest thing you could be doing. You could be watching something good. You could be eating ice cream. Could be doing something other than watching this kind of crappy movie. But you're with someone you like. So that does a lot of heavy lifting. That's how I see it. What about more villain movies in the DCEU after Black Adam? I'd be really interested to see. Villain movies are difficult because they're villains. You know, uh, a lot of times you have to go with a anti-hero kind of thing. You know, like Deadpool, or probably what they'll do with Black Adam. Um, but I don't know what you'd do with a Bane movie. I'm not saying you couldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just not sure what you'd do with that. Sinestro Corps. Um, well, let me read the rest. Sinestro Corps with, pardon me, Scarecrow and Batman as Yellow Lanterns. A Scarecrow horror movie. All the Batman's rogues together. Deadshot. I mean, yeah, if you can find a good narratively compelling reason to, well, hell, they did a Venom movie a year or two ago, and I heard it was dumb, but everyone seemed to really like it anyway. So it's not like it can't work. I don't know about Bane though. Bane doesn't seem to be a I mean, maybe again, if you had an angle on it that works, and yeah, go for it. You make a Bane movie, I'll probably watch it. You know, I mean, you make a movie out of pretty much anything, comic books or superheroes, I'm probably gonna watch it. Even if it sounds dumb, even if it sounds like a really bad idea, I'll probably watch it eventually. I might not ever bother watching the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. I mean, if someone puts it in front of me, like if I'm sitting on the couch and someone breaks into my house and turns on the TV and the Green Lantern is on, and I might just go ahead and watch it. But I don't know if I'd go out of my way to actually watch it. You know, I've never seen any of the Fantastic Four movies either, the Josh Trank one or the other two. I don't know who did those. Um, Again, I'm kind of, I know they're probably really bad, but they're superhero movies. I'm just kind of curious to see what they did with them. You know, I've missed most of the X-Men movies at this point. Um, and I've done it on purpose because they just look really bad. I saw the first two Bryan Singer movies, which were, the first one was, it's all right, it's watchable. Second one was better. That was pretty good. It's entertaining. Not great or anything, but I thought it was pretty good. Third one I didn't see. First Class I saw. I thought was really quite good. Then, God, what was after that? I think it was Days of Future Past. Looked terrible, so I didn't bother with it. Apocalypse looked worse, so I didn't bother with it. Um, they did Wolverine movie. They had Wolverine Origins, which looked absolutely terrible, so I didn't bother with it. The Wolverine looked like maybe it was okay, but still didn't bother with it. Logan came out and looked awesome, and I saw it and was awesome, so that was good. Um, then what was the last one? The Dark Phoenix one looked terrible too, and so I never bothered. Those movies, kind of like the Green Lantern movie, if it's like in front of me, I'll watch it, but they look really bad to me, to the point where I'm kind of at the line where I'm just flat out not interested in watching them. You know. Mm. Bucky says Logan is a masterpiece. I didn't bother with Dark Phoenix. Would I go so far as masterpiece for Logan? There are few movies I would consider a masterpiece. Um, I don't object to you calling Logan a masterpiece. I think it's a great movie. I really liked it. Um, My standards are pretty damn high for masterpiece. Like, what movies would I consider a masterpiece? I would consider English title, Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro movie. I'd consider that a masterpiece. Pan's Labyrinth. Um, Millennium Actress, Satoshi Kon movie. I'd consider that a masterpiece. Um, One I'm thinking about right now is Shaun of the Dead, Edgar Wright. I consider that kind of a perfect movie. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, and everything that is set up and it's like one of the cleanest damn scripts I've ever seen. Just everything is set up and paid off perfectly. I remember thinking, my God, this is like a perfect movie. Does that make it a masterpiece? Arguably, yeah. I never did see the third in that trilogy. Why did I quote with three trilogy of films of Edgar Wright's? The World's End, I think is what it's called. Never saw it. I would like to. Wasn't a big fan of Hot Fuzz. I didn't care for Hot Fuzz. Maybe that's what tempered my enthusiasm for World's End. Um, is it World's End or is it At the World's End or I don't remember. Would like to see it though. The Cornetto trilogy, right? It was referred to as that. Yeah. So yeah, again, to restate, I certainly do not balk at all with you considering Logan a masterpiece. I think it's a great film, but yeah, I personally, I don't think I would go so far as to call Logan a masterpiece, but damn good movie. Yeah. let me quarantine your. There we go. Uh, Spam filter got that one. It says Hot Fuzz is the shit. Blasphemy. Um, Hot Fuzz is another movie that is has just incredibly tight writing. Again, it's another movie where everything is set up and paid off perfectly, and the movie flawlessly executes its intention, which I greatly admire. And there's a lot about the movie that I genuinely really love, all of which is Timothy Dalton. um, but the movie, so I didn't dislike the movie. It just didn't really grab me. I'd have to think. I'm not completely sure what it is about the movie that doesn't grab me. Because I respect the movie, I admire the movie, I like a lot about it. It's it's more that I completely admire the movie from a purely intellectual level. Like you hear me talking about the story structure and stuff like that. Um, for some reason, that movie just doesn't connect with me emotionally, right? Um, like intellectually, I really admire it, but emotionally, I feel distant from it. It just doesn't grab me in the way that, say, Shaun of the Dead does. Eh, never saw it, Cass? I saw it in the theater. um, let's see what else we want to talk about during Andrew's therapy hour. Um, do I want to talk about what's on my floor? Nah, because I made a video about it. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption's on my floor. I started that last weekend. I did a new game fuss episode for it. Unfortunately, when that's just going to be me talking, it's not going to have any footage from the game because can't capture any game footage. Um, but hopefully that'll be an entertaining episode. I actually talked to my sister about Red Dead Redemption because she's a big fan of the game. She that's one of her favorites. She loved that game back when she played it. closer to when it actually came out. I'm going through it for the first time. I've actually only played it for like 2.5 hours. I haven't put much time into it, but I do remember Gun from Activision, which I really liked. So I was interested in check this out, and it's an interesting start. I'll say that much. Chaos says you could fill entire libraries with the movies I haven't seen. Yeah, I think that applies to everyone. There's just a lot of movies. I mean, movies haven't even been around that damn long. Only a little over 100 years, and hell, we've probably lost more of them uh, than we actually have saved. Uh, I've over the past couple of weeks, I've been working my way through the Netflix Marvel shows. I finally watched Iron Fist season 2, which is awful. I did admire that. I mentioned this on Twitter, but spoilers for a show that came out 2 or 3 years ago. Um, the end of episode 8 of 10, Danny Rand, who is awful, realizes that he's awful. The big problem is he lost his Iron Fist powers, and like, we're gonna have to go get the Iron Fist back. But then he comes to the realization. He says, "Wait, I'm terrible. I'm a bad Iron Fist. A bad, bad Iron Fist. Colleen, you don't suck like I do. You should be the Iron Fist." And that's where the episode ends. And I was like, "Damn right, she should." I'm sorry it took you so long, Danny, but yeah, you're bad at this. You're very bad. You're a very bad Iron Fist, and you should feel bad. Um, but I thought, I don't believe this show has the balls to actually do that. Something will happen, and he'll have to suck it up and uh, reclaim the Iron Fist. I am extraordinarily happy to have been completely wrong about that. Colleen ends up with the Iron Fist, and Danny and Ward go on their own adventure. Of course, in Akoda, he has the chi guns that a different Iron Fist has. You know, the Iron Fist with the guns. Russell Randall something or other. Um, Apparently, Danny Rand stole his guns, and so now he has the chi guns. But Colleen's got the Iron Fist, so we'll never see these characters again. It's a shame because I like all the supporting characters. I like Colleen. I love Misty. I love when they're together. I'm like, dude, Daughters of the Dragon show. Damn it, they're great. Um, I even like the Meachums. I could watch a Ward Meacham show, for crying out loud. I liked the Alice Walker, Amy Walker. It is a take on Typhoid Mary. Really not the same character in the comics, but whatever. But she was fun. Um, yeah, but Danny Rand I can't stand. He's just awful. I think I think the reason I can't stand one of the reasons I can't stand Danny Rand is because he's consistently wrong. And you might say, well, Daredevil and Jessica Jones are constantly wrong and doing the wrong thing and being stupid bad people. And that's true. I think the difference is the show knows it. Like, the show portrays Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock making really poor decisions, and the way it's shot, the context of the scene tells you that, yeah, they're making poor decisions. And the idea is like, you want these people to make good decisions because you care about them. In Iron Fist, the way it's framed is like the show is not in on the fact that Danny Rand is wrong and awful until the end of the second season, when it goes, oh, Danny, you suck. And Danny's like, yeah, I do. You should be Iron Fist. So, Well, at least that's over, and so I watched Daredevil season 3, which was pretty damn good. I really liked it. Too long. Didn't need to be 13 episodes. That's the pretty much the same can be said for all the Marvel Netflix shows. They're all a couple episodes too long. Um, but quite liked Daredevil season 3. Pretty solid series. Punisher season 2 was just way too long because it didn't do much. I mean, it was good. It was just like literally twice as long as it needed to be. It was 13 episodes. It probably should have been 6 because it spins its wheels for a lot of its runtime. Still, John Berthnell, or whatever the actor who plays Punisher, has a captivating performance. He's just a watchable dude. So this show had that going for it. And I'm currently somewhere in the middle of Jessica Jones season 3, which is the last Netflix Marvel show, and it had pretty slow start, but like the first. It does an interesting thing with the first 2 episodes because the first 2 episodes are the same episode, but episode 1 is from Jessica's perspective and episode 2 is from Trish's perspective. That's interesting. But it isn't really until episode 4 where it starts going and you're like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing now. All right, cool, let's go. So, again, probably could have tightened everything up again, but a bit, but yeah, so far so good. I don't this dude Gregory Salinger, the bad guy, not recognizing him from the comics. Don't know if he's new or if he's just an obscure character, just one I happen to miss, or if he's just kind of loosely based on another character, and that's why I'm not picking up on who he might be. But I mean, he's Kilgrave was a hard act to follow, but I think they really did a nice job with Jessica's mother in the second season. But this guy is holding his own pretty well, I think. So yeah. So I'll probably be finished with that by next week, I guess, because I've still got 6 or 7 episodes to go. Uh, Alice Eve, who's that? Oh wait, that's the actor who plays Typhoid Mary, and they don't call her that, but Mary Walker in the Iron Fist. Iron Fist. So, in my For Everything But Wii U, in your For Everything But Wii U, you look less young. So you think I look older in a video I did 6 years ago? All right. Oh, because I was unshaven in that video. Okay. I actually didn't shave all week. So yeah, I actually shaved this afternoon. You can tell because I had a razor burn on the throat. Um but I need to cut my hair too. But yeah, I was pretty scraggly today. I was like, I don't want to shave, but I did. Um, so last week, someone, I think it was Bucky, maybe, was talking about escort missions in games, best worst. I've been actually compiling a list. Been doing the podcast for 2 hours now. I think we'll wrap it up, but that's something that maybe we'll talk about next week. Best escort missions in video games versus worst escort missions in video games. I've got a list of about 10 different games here. So, you know, think of, that'll be a fun topic, I believe. So think of some escort games that you liked or sequences in games that you liked or didn't like, and maybe we'll talk about those next week. So I think we'll sign off for tonight. I normally do a 1 hour podcast, but I'm very rambly. I don't have a co-host who needs to leave. Um, Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out with me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the discussion, and I hope your holiday month is going quite well. So, see y'all next week. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.